What's up? What's happening? What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Animation Station, your number one station for anything and everything animation, including a hedgehog that runs faster than the speed of sound, because today, as you can see, we are back on the Sonic blanket on my bed, because we have another Sonic review today. I swear, this blue blur will just not stop giving me content, even when I try to do something else, I swear. But this wasn't supposed to arrive until the 29th, but apparently it got here a week early, so now we can do a review of it, and according to my acknowledgement, or as much as I could see when I searched this before I even got here, this is going to be the first ever YouTube review of this specific controller, of this specific product. So, that should be pretty cool, and it should definitely help get this a little bit more attention than most videos. So, without further ado, if you guys already saw my TikTok I literally just posted, then you guys should already know what I'm about to show you. So let's look at it together, shall we? Say hello to the Power A Wired Advantage Sonic the Hedgehog Xbox and PC controller. This thing is fantastic. Now, as soon as I knew about this thing, I knew I had to order it. But unfortunately, I had to wait for my check to come, and it didn't come until a while afterwards, and I was afraid by then no stock would be left. Thankfully, it turned out they had a lot of stock of this, and I was able to get my order in. However, stupidly, apparently, they also just released it on GameStop and Amazon for $40, which is its normal retail price, the day that I ordered it off of the actual Power A website. So stupid on my part, I should have waited and checked those first, but it was a pretty long wait, but it got here, and it even got here a week early, so you know what? No complaints from me. So let's start by taking a look at this box, because I'm already in love with this. It has a nice big display of the actual controller within, the Power A logo here. Once I move my thumb out of the way, best-selling wired Xbox controller brand in US and Canada. Rumble motors, impulse triggers, mappable buttons, three-way trigger locks, designed for Xbox, the Sonic the Hedgehog logo, Power A Advantage wired controller in 3 different languages, the Xbox logo there. Then on the side, we have a nice render of Sonic, as they also talk about what they just showed us on the front, this time in Dutch and Italian, as well as Espanol and Portuguese. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing that. And this is designed for the Series X and S, the Xbox One, or Windows 10 and 11. So if you have any of the above, you will be able to use this controller. Which means if you still have your Xbox One and you don't have the money or the time to actually try to hunt down a Series X or S, this controller will work on your normal Xbox One. So you can still get this if you want it, but just be aware it is $40. But compared to the obnoxious $200 of the wireless Razer Sonic controller that came out 2 years ago, yeah, that's a steal. So then we have more stuff here on the side. Rumble motors and impulse triggers, immersive reaction, rumble and haptic feedback. Mappable advanced gaming buttons, program on the fly. Power A Gamer HQ app, test and calibrate the controller. And PC compatible, works great on Windows 10 and 11. Box content, controller, 10-foot USB cable, and user manual. And then if we go to the back, which has a nice bright yellow, it shows even more stuff like this. It even calls it Sonic style, which is great. So, yep, more stuff about the controller. It shows us some more of its features, if I can move my thumb out of the way. I'm not going to read all this, I just want to show it to you guys. But yeah, also this thing has paddles on the back, so if you're a bit at a disadvantage like me, you can recalibrate your controller on the fly, which is fantastic. And then the top is just a plain dark blue play your way Power A flap, and then the bottom is a bright green thing here with all the legal information, and it talks about a 2-year limited warranty. So if your controller breaks or malfunctions before the 2-year warranty, you can get it replaced or get it refunded, which is super nice. So yeah, the box already looks fantastic. It's got great presentation, it looks nice and clean and professional, but it also has a nice, great bit of Sonic character to it. So yeah, that's the box, and now for the first time ever, we are going to open this thing, and we are going to take a look at the controller itself. So let's not waste any more time and get right to it. And you know how we do it here. Gotta go fast! Alrighty. So, for you inbox collectors that are wondering about, you know, how to open the box and if you were able to actually keep the box in good condition while you're getting the controller out, well, good news is that you can, because all you have to do to open this box is just cut these 3 pieces of tape that are sitting up here. Please excuse the dust from my blanket, but yeah. All you gotta do is slice these 3 pieces of tape, and then you just, the flap just opens up. And you just open this up. And the first thing you're gonna pull out of here is your massive 10-foot cable, which is a nice blue, which will go well with the actual controller itself, and it's even wrapped in that Velcro-like thing. You know, sometimes with computer cords you get something like that, where it's Velcro and one part of it stays on one of the cords and it just, you know, hangs out there. So yeah, you get that. Then you get your user manual, which will tell you all about how to use the controller and how it all works, which is pretty much the same for every PowerA wired Advantage controller you get, so that's why it's not specifically labeled the Sonic controller on the front. And then you have the controller itself, which is kept in these 2 pieces of wrap, and then we can pull it out, and oh my goodness. Look at this controller, man. What a beautiful piece of art. Just, my goodness, wow. I am already over the moon impressed with this. Hear that? I'm hitting the back button. So there's your mappable buttons you can use, or paddles as they're technically called. And yeah, this is really cool. This controller looks fantastic already. So let's just go from left all the way to the right, shall we? Let's move some of this excess stuff back and out of the way. Let's start with this really nice 2D render of Modern Sonic right here on the left of the controller, which looks fantastic. And it's on this beautiful, like, dark blue, cyan blue checkerboard pattern thing, which actually reminds me a lot of that special stage from Sonic 3. You know, the one where you collect the blue orbs. Yeah, that one. And then you have a nice texture on your joysticks, which is great. And they're done in a bright cyan blue to stand out from the actual thing. You got the Xbox on button right there. Then over here you have your right bumper, your left bumper, and your left and right triggers, which are also in a nice cyan blue. You have the PowerA logo on the back. Here are your switches to help configure the controller. And then over here you have your buttons, of course, your A, B, X, and Y. And they were even nice enough to put this little graphic right here. Excuse me, I'm trying to do this with one hand. Right here, where it actually gives you a color coordination of what button's which, since they're all the same color, to match the controller's aesthetic. Which I'm pretty sure you can switch out if you really want to, but I'd prefer you don't, because A, you could end up damaging the controller if you do that, and B, because, I mean, the cyan blue just looks amazing with this, doesn't it? Like, that looks so good. And then I think the thing under the joysticks and the Xbox logo are going to light up a blue color when you actually plug it in and take a look at it, which we will do later in this video. So let's see how the buttons feel. Y, B, A, X. Feels good. Oh, I love that texture on the joysticks. That feels fantastic. I feel like that's not going to slip out of my hand. That feels great. And then I can reach the buttons here fine. The controller itself is like super light. That's what really surprised me. I thought since this was a wired controller, it'd be a bit more bulky, but no, it's actually super lightweight. Like, this feels almost weightless in my hand. It's actually a much darker color off camera, which is odd. I don't know why it's showing up brighter on this camera. Maybe it's from the sunlight. I don't know. But yeah, this thing looks super sick already. You have your headphone jack down there, even though mine's still going to be connected into the PC itself, because mine's one of those that has a separate jack for both the headphones and the mic. So yeah, you got that. Then moving over to the back of the controller, you have, again, your switches to recalibrate the controller to whatever you want. Then you have your paddles down here to make it easier to reach certain buttons. You have a big hole for your audio jack, not for your audio jack, for your wire, which looks like it's a USB-C, which is great, which means that if you end up losing this cord, you could possibly use your phone charger for this, which is great. I love this diamond texture on the controller itself too. Like, this is not going to fall out of my hand very easily. It's in there. As soon as my hand is on this controller, it's tight. It is very tight. Despite the fact that this is all smooth, as soon as my hand gets around that diamond grip, yeah, that's not falling out very easily. So yeah, the grip feels great. The buttons work fantastic. It looks fantastic. I mean, I did get this because I'm trying to build a Sonic-themed PC setup. So yeah, I love the colors. I love the whole detail. And, well, it is Sonic the Hedgehog. I'm pretty much inquired to like it immediately if it's Sonic related. As you know, if you've already seen this channel, I've reviewed dozens of other products labeled by this little blue devil. So, yeah, super cool controller. I'm already in love with this thing. And for $40, this feels like a very quality product. This doesn't feel cheap. This doesn't feel rushed out or lazy cash-in that just happens to have Sonic branding. No, this feels like a quality product. For $40, this is actually really good. I'm already really enjoying this. Okay, now let's see if we can get the lights to work, and I'm going to plug it into my phone charger, because my phone charger is a USB-C. So we're going to plug that in, and we're going to see if we can get the lights to work. Okay, so when we put this in, the Xbox logo and these things underneath the joysticks should light up. I'm not sure what color they're going to light up. I assume it's blue because blue is like the whole theme of this controller. But who knows? Maybe it's red like Sonic's shoes for all I know. So, moment of truth. We're just going to set this down here. We're going to take my USB-C phone charger cable and we're going to plug it into the hole and we're going to see if we do get a charge off, well, a color off of it. Plug it in. Okay. It doesn't look like the lights work. Or maybe they do work and I'm just being dumb, but maybe this doesn't have LEDs. Maybe the white is just messing with my head. Either that or it's another case like the keyboard where it doesn't work unless it's actually plugged into the PC itself, which, don't worry, I'm going to absolutely show you that. I just wanted to give you guys a brief idea of what to expect first. So, yeah, that's how it plugs in, and then whenever you're done, you can just plug it back out, wrap your cord up, and then you can put this in a safe spot. Absolutely put this in a safe spot, because I feel like while it is a quality product, I don't know if it can take many drops on the ground. So, yeah, definitely take good care of this controller. I have no idea how easily it could break, but there is a very good possibility that it can break on only one drop, and then that's $40 right down the toilet. So, yeah, be careful when you buy this, and handle it with the utmost of care. Me personally, until I have a Sonic the Hedgehog cable guy, which I do plan to buy soon, I'm probably just going to put it somewhere, I don't know, maybe in my ring of G Fuel cans or something. I don't know. Anyway, I'm rambling, but yeah, I don't know whether or not this thing actually has lights, so give me a minute to look at the user manual and switch you over to my actual PC setup, and we will test how the controller actually works. Alright, we have now switched over to my PC setup, which is where you're at right now. You're sitting on my desk. And when you plug the controller in, there is one light that does come up, and that's this light right here in the sensor, which I think is to tell you that it is plugged in. Now, I don't think the rest of it actually lights up. Maybe I might have just been thinking too much because of all the white underneath the actual joysticks. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to pull up Minecraft, and I'm going to give you guys comments on how I think it works with the actual controller. Hold on, let me make sure I don't have to press the power button. Okay, the power button opens up the Xbox dashboard thingy, so it is plugged in. You don't have to press the power button to turn on the controller. As soon as as soon as you have it plugged in, it will stay on and you will actually be able to use it. So, how I'm going to test this is I'm going to pull up Minecraft and I'm going to bring up the Sonic the Hedgehog DLC. I'm not actually going to show it on camera because I don't really have the right setup to actually do that yet, but I will give you guys comments about how I feel it actually works. And don't worry, none of it's fabricated, this is 100% truthful. And I guess since I'm over here, I might as well also show you my headset. Yeah, quite the upgrade from the cheap piece of crap that came in the keyboard set, so yeah. I'm just going to set this over here. I'm not going to use the headphones because I still want you guys to hear me and I don't want to end up yelling because of the audio, so let's pull up Minecraft and let's see how it works. I'm going to kind of sit in a weird position because I only have one hand, so let's test this out. I think I can put you guys down a little bit though, so you can see me holding. Yep, there we go. Alright, so... Oh. I had a button? Oh no, it's loading. Okay, so I'm hitting the joystick right now, and it appears to be working pretty much perfectly. I'm hitting up, I'm hitting down, it's super responsive. I see the A and B's showing up on the thing. So, we'll go to play. We'll go to the Sonic the Hedgehog thing. And this is actually a perfect test, because with the Sonic the Hedgehog DLC on Minecraft, and the actual specifically created world for this DLC, momentum-based gameplay is literally the bread and butter of it. So this is going to be a great test to see how this works. And if it works out correctly, I should be able to turn and hit all the buttons that I need to while I'm still sprinting and running. So this should be a great test to see how this goes. Once it finishes loading. Minecraft takes a little bit to load. No idea when my mouse is still on the screen. There we go. Okay, so moving up and down all around works good. Jump works good. Okay, that's how you spin dash, is with the B button. Alright, let me drop down here. Alright, let me switch camera perspective. I think that's with the... Nope, Y is inventory. That's how you switch those. Trying to remember how to switch. Not what I'm trying to do. Alright, hold on one sec. I don't remember how to switch cameras on this. Let me see. Toggle. Oh, it's okay. It's the D-pad. Okay. This will be a great test. So, let's see how this goes. Okay, it's definitely very responsive. Mostly. Alright, coming up to a curve over here. Now, if all goes well, I should be able to turn my camera mid-run to the left or to the right, depending on where it's actually pointing. So let's try it. Hold down the joystick. Oh, not yet. Here it is. Okay. Okay, that wasn't a great example because the turn was right there. But there should be another example around here somewhere where we can actually show that. But the jump works great. I'm still in momentum. I'm not slowing down. Unless I actually take my stump off of the joystick. Jump works great. The speed works great. Nothing's lagging. There we go. Okay, it works really good in Minecraft. Like, really good in Minecraft. I can turn very responsibly. I can hit all the buttons that I need to hit. Perfect. That was actually a really good test for that controller. So, yeah, thumbs up for the Minecraft on this controller. It works fantastic. Okay, let's try something a little more complicated now. Let's try Sonic Frontiers. Okay. Now we're going to test it out in Sonic Frontiers, a game a little more complicated than Minecraft. And let's see how it performs. After I get a million ads about the new DLC. There we go. Alright. Alright, so it works good in combat. I'm able to hit all the buttons really well. Joystick is super responsive. Try a quick little course here. I've already beaten the whole game, so I'm really just doing this for fun. I'm able to pull off stunts. Everything works great. So yeah, A+ for Sonic Frontiers on this controller. It works great. I'm not coming across any big problems. Oh, except for that. That was my fault, though. That's not the fault of the controller. That was just me being a dingus. Let's try that again. There we go. Yeah, it's very responsive. It works perfectly enough. I'm able to attack fine enough. Like, I'm not having any big, major problems. There we go. I kind of want to just play this all day now, I'm not going to lie. Since I have a controller now. There we go. Yeah, this all works great. I love the birthday stuff they put in here. There we go. Destroy that. And key. Yay, I did it. I didn't even realize that was a challenge, I'm not even gonna lie to you. I'm kind of just running around doing whatever. Okay, yeah. A+ on Sonic Frontiers for this controller. It works great. Is there any games I can really test with this? I mean, yeah, there is Fortnite, but I feel like that would take forever to actually, play a full game of that, and I don't want to play a full game of that with you just watching me, so. yeah, I think we'll call it there, and we'll just go ahead and jump over to the final verdict. Alrighty, we are back on the bed now because it's time for the final verdict for the controller. So, was my final verdict for the Power A Sonic the Hedgehog Wired Advantage controller? 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. I'm not even. No. You can call it bias, I don't care. This is a 10 out of 10. A perfect, fantastic controller. A great piece of Sonic merch, a great product with Sonic's name on it. And it's going to be a great piece in the Sonic the Hedgehog PC setup that I am currently putting together. I love this controller. I just love this controller, man. It works great. It looks fantastic. Like, look at this. You're not going to find another controller that looks like this. Well, with Sonic branding, anyway, that's not $200. And it works great. It's perfectly responsive. And it's super easy to use. Like, it's not complicated for beginners. It's not... Like, if you're a beginner and this is your first time buying one of these types of controllers, it's not going to be that confusing. It's not going to really, like... it's not going to perplex you. It's a really simple controller to set up and use, and it pretty much works right out of the box. So, if there's any cons I could have with this thing, it's that I really wish that the little white parts underneath the joysticks and the logo all lit up. But I feel like if they did that, then this would be a $70, $80 controller. So I can understand why they made that cost-cutting measure. Either way, this is a phenomenal Sonic the Hedgehog controller, a great Xbox controller, a great PC controller, and it's just perfect to use for either your Xbox or your Windows 10 or 11 PC. You're going to have a blast with this controller. Sonic fans, I cannot recommend it highly enough. And definitely make sure to grab it before it ends up going out of stock, like the Hori Switch controller did. So, and speaking of Switch controllers, there's also a Switch controller from Power A as well that they also just put out, as well as an OLED Switch case. So, you guys can also check those out. I'll leave Amazon links in the description box below. Huge shout out to Power A and Sonic the Hedgehog for making this controller, because I was so bummed out that I missed out on the $200 controller, which was the only other Sonic-themed Xbox controller for that generation at that point. So having this really is great. Yes, it's not as flashy. Yes, it is wired, but that's really little minor complaints, and it works amazing. Like, I haven't come across a single problem with this controller from playing both Minecraft and Sonic Frontiers. It works perfectly. How will it work in Minecraft? Not Minecraft, Fortnite? I really don't know. I'm gonna wait to see for that. And as for the little paddles here, I have not configured those yet, so who knows. Maybe this can jump up to an 11 after I configure these to make it easier to aim and shoot at things. So, yeah. That's going to be it for this review for the Power A Sonic the Hedgehog Xbox Wired Advantage Controller. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And stay tuned, because now that I have a controller, I can stream more games like Frontiers, like Adventure 2, games like that. I can stream more games like that. So, yeah. Definitely not going to be streaming any games today. I want to keep testing the controller. I want to keep just getting used to it. So, yeah. But, like I said, that's it for this review. Thank you guys so much for watching. Stay supersonic, and I'll see you next time. Gotta go fast, dude. Peace.